Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mr. Mirage. Welcome. For my geometry students, this topic is parallel and perpendicular lines. And this video is going to show you how to write the equation of a parallel line or how to write the equation of a perpendicular line. Okay? These two questions will be on your EOC at the end of the year, and of course exam. So these are what the questions going to look like. It says here, write the equation of a line passing through this point and is parallel to this line. Or the question may look like, write the equation of a line passing through this point and is perpendicular to this line. Okay, so in order to do these type of questions, you have to know first the relationship of the slope for parallel lines and the relationship for slopes for perpendicular lines. So just let's review that one topic. Parallel lines. You have to know that parallel lines, and this is a symbol for parallel lines have the same slope. So if the first line has a slope of 2 and the second line is parallel to the first line, the second line also has a slope of 2. The first line had a slope of 1, the second line will have a slope of 1. Parallel lines have the same slope. Now, with regard to perpendicular lines are lines that cross each other at 90-degree angles. So if this line right here, the first line, has a slope of say 3, which is the same as 3 divided by 1, the line that is perpendicular to it, I'll have to flip this number 3, but remember 3 is 3 over 1, so if I flip it, it becomes 1 over 3. That's what reciprocal is. And negative means you change the sign, negative 1/3. Let's do a different one. If I have this line right here and the slope happens to be 3 over 4, then if I have a line that is perpendicular to it, then the slope of the line perpendicular to it, I have to flip the numbers and change the sign. That is the meaning of negative reciprocals. Important point, when you multiply a number with its negative reciprocal, the answer will always be -1. When you multiply the slope of a line or a number with its negative reciprocal, the answer will always be -1. Okay? Now there's one exception to that, and that is if the lines are horizontal and vertical. Horizontal lines have a slope of 0. Vertical lines have a slope of undefined. Okay, that's the only exception. Now let's turn to the two EOC questions. Write the equation of a line passing through this point and is parallel to this line. So let me give you a visual. So suppose you have a coordinate plane and we have a line here where the slope is 2 and the intercept is -3. Your line might look something like this. Okay? And then -1, 1 will be -1, 1 to the left and 1 up, 1 right there. That will be -1, 1. So basically these types of questions give you a line and a point and is asking you, draw the line that is parallel to this line that they have and passing through this point. So basically they want the equation of this line. This is how you do that. They want the equation of this line, so set it up as you set up the equation of any line in slope-intercept form. Here's your answer. To get this question right, all you have to do is insert the slope of the line right there and the y-intercept of the line right there. So, seeing that we know that parallel lines have the same slope, the slope of this line was 2. So the slope of the line parallel to it is also going to be 2. And the only thing you have to work on is the y-intercept. This is how you get the y-intercept if you didn't have a picture. You write the formula, y is equal to mx plus b. To get the y-intercept, you need the slope, which I already have. And all you need is one x and one y, which they provided you with. The negative 1 is the x. The 1 was the y. So we have an equation that looks like this. Pretty straightforward linear equation to solve to get the y-intercept. These two, you'd multiply. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Writing down everything else. And in order to get this b by itself, the y-intercept, to solve the y-intercept, I'd have to get rid of negative 2 by doing the opposite. Opposite of negative 2 is add 2. So add 2 on this side, add 2 on this side. And although I'm out of space, 1 plus 2 is 3. So my y-intercept is 3. The y-intercept goes right here, 3. And that's how you do this type of question on the EOC. Now for the second question. Write the equation of a line passing through that point and perpendicular to that line. Just let me give you a visual, although you may not need a visual. Here's a coordinate grid. This has an intercept of plus 2 and it has a negative slope, so it probably looks something like this. And 2, 3 will be 2 to the right, 3 up. So this is what they gave you. They gave you a line and a point. They want you to draw a line that's perpendicular to the first line passing through this point. So probably what they're looking for is this line right here. Equation of that line right there. Again, let me model for you. To write equation of that line, you start with the basics. Write this in slope-intercept form. The slope will go right here. The y-intercept goes right here. Now, seeing that the slope was negative 2, to find the slope that's perpendicular to it, I'm going to have to flip it, but there's no denominator, but that's the same as negative 2. So flip it and change the sign. So it's a positive. So this slope is a slope that you have to use. Slope goes right here. Again, all we have to do is get the y-intercept, just like we did for the question with the parallel line. To do that, y is equal to mx plus b. I have the slope of a half. All I need is an x and a y value, which they gave me. The x is 2, put it under the x. The y was 3, goes under the y. If I solve this simple linear equation, I get the last piece of the puzzle to get this question correct. Half of 2 is 1. Bring down everything else. To get rid of a plus 1, I minus 1. So my y-intercept is 2 plus 2. These types of questions will appear on the EOC. I hope this helps. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.